My channel, Sparkle and Glue. So glad to have you here today. Anyway, I thought we would try something. I want to say new. I don't know if it's new, different, something I just thought about trying. So I have 5 pieces here of 12 by 12 cardstock. And, well, I say cardstock. It's actually very light. But this is what I had with... I was trying to find 5 pages that coordinate, and where I got the paper from is called Roobee, I believe, a vintage market paper pad, I think from Walmart. I think it was under $8 for maybe 50 sheets, 2 of each pattern. So anyway, they have some pretty ones. And this, it looks a little like it might be metallic, but it isn't. These are all just flat. And thinner. So what I thought we would do is make a folio that's going to be 5 by 7 when we're finished, and we're going to use up almost every drop of the 12 by 12. And so let's just get started and we'll see where it takes us. So the first, I'm going to use, so the cover, everything's going to be cut the same except the cover. The cover is just a 1/4 of an inch larger. So I'm cutting the cover. I'm cutting the cover at 10 1/4. So just line it up right here. And then we're going to, and you're saving everything you cut. And then we're going to cut this by 7. And we'll just save it. Okay, and I'm putting it to the side. The rest, and they're all, since it's so thin, I'm just going to cut them together. I'm cutting everything else 10 by 7. And let's cut this by 7. Okay, putting everything to the side. Put the cutter away. Now what we're going to do is fold your papers in half, all of them. And you can use a scoring tool if you'd like for this, but it's just folded in half, so it's up to you, however you like to do it. Try to get them as lined up. I didn't do that great on that one. That's all right. Anyway, so let's just... All right. And that's all your pages. And now you're going to put them together inside each other. So this one is my cover, so I'm keeping that on the outside. But the rest... And I don't know, I'm just putting them in any order here. So let's just see what happens. And then the way I'm going to put this together, let me just grab my long stapler, okay, is line up all your pages except for the cover. Remember, the cover is a little bigger, but you just want to line it up on the fold lines. And we're going to go ahead and try to line up the stapler. Hopefully that was all right. Let's see. Sorry, the camera when I staple shakes. Okay, so that's pretty good. Fine. All right, let me put this to the side, and then I'm just folding down. Okay, so this is where the fun part comes in. So we're going to take our pages that we have left, and for every page, you're going to find the matching cut, and we're going to do something with it, whatever it may be. So let me get the cutter back. All right, so for this, I'm going to do just a little pocket here, and this is about, they're all about 5 inches, right? 5 by 7, that's what we're doing. So let's go ahead and cut this, let's see, maybe just a drop under 5. This is a little bigger, but I think we should still be fine. So we're going to cut everything a little under 5. And then for the pocket, I'm thinking 3 inches might be nice. And there. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm just going to place glue on the outside 3 pieces and glue the pocket down. And there you go. And maybe we could do a flip top type of pocket up here. So let's do this one, let's say, I don't know, 4 maybe? And I guess I could probably spend a little more time figuring it out. But, all right, and we're just going to score at the top. Let's see. So we want it across here. So we'll score this way, and I'm just scoring at a half. And folding, and then I'm going to glue this up here so we just have a little flip. And really, you'll see as we use all the paper, you can really do anything you want as you go, and then come back and add extra whatever's left over. But the idea is to just have all your pages coordinate. So, and you could do this on double-sided paper, and I may try it, but I think it would be a little harder because I don't know that everything will match. This way, obviously, since we're doing it on white, it matches. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is this. And I don't know, what about a nice corner pocket we could do for this? So let's cut, maybe we'll do, so we're going to do it just a little under 5 so the pocket fits. We'll do, get rid of that. And let's do this 3. This one we'll just do a straight pocket. How about that? So until we see where we're at. All right, and I'm going to do just a corner pocket here. Well, not corner, I'm sorry, just a flat pocket. Okay, and just push down. And we're going to go to our next page, which I think maybe a flip here would be nice. So we want this at 7 because that's how long our pages are. And I'll just put this back here, and then I'm going to score, I don't know if you can see my scoreboard, but at a 1/2 inch. So I scored at a 1/2, and then we'll just add some glue. And put this on right here. And just push down. Okay. And then let's go to our next page. And really you can just have fun with this and add pockets or pages or different things. I really like this lace here, so maybe I'll just cut that above the lace just a little bit, and we can put in another pocket right there. And then as we go, you'll see you'll use up everything, and then we can go back and what we have left over, maybe make some tags. So, and this, you know, it was a little long. So So I'm gonna just trim. It doesn't hurt to measure before you, but that's okay. All right, and then the middle page we're gonna leave till the end and see what we have left over so we can work on it. All right, so we have, and this doesn't seem to have that much design on it, but I think maybe just a corner pocket and then we can decorate it. So it's a little too long, so we're gonna make it at 7. Put this back here so you can see. So I'm just cutting this at 7. And then I'm going to make this a corner pocket, so I'm just lining up both of the either side of the angles to make this. And then you can just glue that right in here. So again, just putting some glue on the outsides of the pocket, and I'm going to add it on the corner of the page. And then just push down. Like I said, this paper is very light. If you're using a heavier cardstock, you probably need to maybe use a little more glue. Okay, so we've done one of these already, right? We made this flip. So we're just going to go back to what we have, and this is what we have left. So we can add a bottom pocket if we want. I think that would be good. It is a little long, so let's go ahead and just take a drop off. So I'm just cutting it at a little under 5. And let's make a bottom pocket here. And put that on. And I just think that this is kind of cute. It's all going to go together and look so coordinated, and really it's not taking us very long at all. Okay, so maybe another flip page. I don't know what you guys think of the flip pages. I like them. So I'm going to go cut it back at 7. And then I am going to score. Sorry, it's hard to keep everything in the frame. On 1/2 inch. So we can. And I'm doing the flip pages on the opposite sides, but you could do them this way. That's completely up to you. You could have them flipping this way, and that just a matter of preference. And I guess as you're making it, see what you want to do with it. So I am just gonna line it up to the end of the page here and push down, and then maybe this could be a belly band here. So it's 7. I'm gonna cut this at a little under 8, and the reason why is I'm gonna score on a 1/2 on either side, and usually they're too big. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So I'm just putting it on the scoreboard, and I'm scoring at a 1/2 and turning it and scoring at a 1/2. Okay. And then let's fold. Let's see. If not, I think it's pretty good. Okay. And I don't know why that happens, but the page is 7, so typically I would make this 8 inches and score a 1/2 and a 1/2, but it's always too big, and I'm not sure what's off, the cutting, the scoring, but so what I did is a little bit just a drop under the 8 and then scored on, you know what I did? We put, did you guys see me doing that? This is wrong. Let's go ahead and do it with this. We can put that on another page. So let's do a little under 8. We'll put this over here and go back and do it, and then we'll just add that as a belly band somewhere else. And I'm going to score at a half and a half. And let's go ahead and add the right matching paper. And really, I'm sure if you mix and match the papers as you go, it's not a problem, but I was just trying to do a matching, each page to match each other. So, all right, there we go. And we have our fold over. And our last page. Let's see what we have left. So we have this. Is that might be all we have. And this. So I don't know. I guess we could do a little pocket and then maybe make some tags. So let's go ahead and just put a pocket here. Push down. All right. Now let's go back and see where we're at. So we still have this left over with this. This page, we have this, so maybe a little tag in the pocket would be cute. Or we could put tags, obviously, in different places. These can be tags. And this one can be our belly band that I cut. Look how perfect that worked out. All right, so let's go ahead and just add some glue. And we'll put a belly band right here. Okay, there we go. And our next page, all right, and we have our corner pocket. So everything is looking nice and decorated, right? And that didn't take us very long. So now we do have the middle page to do. So this is, maybe we haven't done anything with the paper from the cover, so maybe that would be nice on the middle. We do have this corner pocket left. We can use, we have some strips that can be belly bands or something else. This can be, maybe we could do, what do you think about flips, maybe top flips? So let's cut this in half. And let's see. So this should be, it's 10 1/4, right? Okay, so let's just make it an even 10, just to make this easy. And we're going to cut it at 5. Okay. So we now have 2 pieces at 5, and we're going to do it from the top. So we're going to score right here at a half and a half. Okay. Didn't fold so great. Let's, you know, that score didn't come out. Let's go ahead and try it again. half. Okay, that should be all right. And this one, the half. And let's see, if we do this at the top, and maybe, what do you think about at the bottom? And then we can still do that big corner pocket. So, and this, it's a little long. Maybe I should have trimmed it a drop more. So I'll just trim it after. So you have the two flips, and then we're going to do a corner pocket here. And if this had a little more design on the paper, it would be a little nicer, but that's okay. We can just put it here. All right, and then let's see. So we do have 3 strips of paper that we can still do things with, and this is for the let's make some tags with these. So I have this little tag punch. It's from Hobby Lobby. So the sizes are 1.5, 2.5, and 2. And so if it's not exactly the size of one of the lines, just try to put it in the middle as best you can, or it comes out more on one side than the other, or you could just cut it to be one of the exact sizes, but this is obviously just a drop bigger. Okay, so you have your two little tags, and we can ink them and put ribbons. Maybe, what do you think of a belly band here on this one? So it's 5, we're gonna cut it a drop, let's see, a drop under 6 maybe. And so a little under 6 I'm cutting this at. And then we're gonna score at a half on either side, so we can fold it for the belly band. Let's go ahead and fold and add a little glue. And push down. Okay. Now why don't we look through and see what we can add, because we still have some strips left. I did want to make a couple little envelopes, so this little pocket, maybe we can make a little tag here. It's going to be a little long, so we'll cut it. Maybe something like that. We can add a tag in there, and we can do a tag here. So you can just go around. You can, depending on your design, if you have flowers or shapes and you want to cut them out and paste them on, and then after you can then start journaling or adding extra things. And let's see, I'm going to do this at 4. And since I have the paper cutter, let's make this, what's our biggest one? 2.5, so 2. It's almost exact at 2. So let's just put it in. And if you don't have this punch, you can just punch a hole in them. You don't even have to do anything really. Let's see. And okay, a little envelope. Let's make a little envelope. So take your paper and you're going to fold. And if you want to take your time and get this really straight, I don't usually, but, and then you're going to fold down just so you can see where your envelope's going to be, and then decide how big you want it. So I'm thinking something like this. So go ahead and fold, and then you're going to trim right underneath the line here. So I'm just going to trim, and I would typically do this with the paper cutter, but, and then I'm using Distress ink, and it's Vintage Photo, and then I'm going to ink just around the envelope top right now before I glue it, so you can actually, it gives you a chance to see a little better. Oh, well, that's okay. A little extra ink, and then just glue this down. And I know, you know what? If we pull this up a little bit, that'll. Okay. Now in here, you can glue the entire envelope down and glue this down, or you can leave it open so you can slide a little tag in there or anything. I'm just going to glue it all down and put a little glue here. So I'm just gluing the whole envelope down and the little tag, the top, and a little bit of ink. And I'll put this over here. And then this can be maybe just in a pocket. You want to put it on a tag. It's cute. So let's just glue this to a tag and slide it in. Okay. So, and we still have extra pieces that we can do more fun things with. But let's go ahead and just take a look at what we have so far. And, all right, so we have our cover, and we put a little tag in this pocket, and another pocket with a tag, and here, let's just put these in. And then we have a flip page with a belly band, so you can do decorating. And flip up, flip down, and a belly band, and a side corner pocket with some tags. And our corner pocket again. And I don't know, end pocket, but bottom pocket. And again, a flip with a belly band and another pocket. So, pretty good, right? For just, well, it's 5 sheets of 12 by 12 paper. And now you have a whole journal. You can start adding different things to it, and notes and extra cutouts and whatever you want. So, or even give it as a gift. I don't know. I thought it was kind of nice. Maybe next time I'll try one with 2-sided paper and see how it comes out. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thanks for stopping by my channel, and I hope you have a great night, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, bye-bye.